All right, there's one person here besides me. That's Eva. Oh, Eva and Ping are both here. Welcome. And just let's wait another minute or so for a couple more people, and then we'll get started. Ping, I'm so glad that you found us because we changed our format within the last few months, and it was hard. Hi, Judy. And I'm sure more people. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to get started. More people will join. I'll check in a little bit. I just want to make sure in my haphazard setup here that I can see myself. Hi, Judy. That I can see myself and you can see me. In a couple of weeks, when the dog days of August are over, I should back to my regular setup. So let's see. I'm gonna put the chair over here for now. All right, here we are. Let's get started. Regular warm up. So I'm just changing my neck stuff slightly. I'm just gonna come up and you can see it. So I'm just leaning forward and I'm just tilting my chin up. Nice gentle stretch. We're not holding it in the position for very long. We're just doing it a few times. Just tilt your chin up, keep your shoulders still. You should feel nice, gentle stretch. And now look up, keeping your shoulders pointing forward. Just turn your head gently left to right. And now do arm circles. Sorry, someone has a phone in here and it's starting to ring and it just threw my attention away. So let's do shoulder rolls back. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and roll them back. And arm circles. Nice big arm circles. Modify at shoulder height if necessary. And switch to the other direction. I don't know if my arms are extra long or just this setup, but I feel like my arms are going off screen. Now swing your body, swing your arms around your body. Get some movement in your torso. And hip circles, 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to do hip hinges, which is the beginning of a squat and also to stand. So you're just pushing your hips back for 10. Keep your head up. 9. We're not going low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And heel taps to the front, pressing your arms out, tapping forward with your heels. And we're going to switch this to kickbacks. Just bringing your heels towards your glutes and as you roll your arms. And then switching to skaters, one leg behind the other on a diagonal. And then we're just going to take this and step forward on a diagonal. I'm losing myself on the screen here. Step forward. And then have both legs together and just step out to the side. And then just march it out. Move your arms. And let's bring our marches up a little bit higher, opposite arm, hand to knee. And I added one, but we're gonna do our calf raises first. So hold on. If you need to for your calf raises, we're just gonna roll up on our toes for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what I added is just some hip circles to get our hips a little bit loose, a little bit hip mobility. Feels good for me. So just circle. We're just going to do about 5 in each direction. I'm not a good counter. I think that's about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's do our posture check. So feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forward, standing up nice and tall. For this, keep your chin parallel. When we push back, your chin shouldn't be up or down. It should be parallel to the ground. Plumb line pulling you up, one hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Push your chin back into the hand that's in the back of your head. And hopefully your head is nicely on top of your shoulder, ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knees, knee over your ankle. Belly button pulled towards your spine, slight hip tilt forward, relax shoulders, shoulder blades pointing towards your back pocket. Let's do our little neck, our cervical spine work. So standing up nice and tall, your chin is parallel to the ground. All you're going to do is give yourself a double chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's sit. We're going to do our foot and ankle work. Feel so far away from you, but I think I have to be this far to get all of myself in the picture. So sitting up nice and tall, your core is engaged. I'm leaning against the back of the chair, and you're going to point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the opposite direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're still working on our power moves, which is our fast stand in and slow sit in. So we're going to do a series of them, and we're going to do a get up and go if you have the room. But first, we're going to do just 5 sets of a regular sit to stand. So your feet, you're sitting towards the end of the chair, or you could sit back a little bit, but you're not leaning on the chair. You're sitting up nice and tall to start. You could push off the chair, use your arms up and down as a counterbalance, arms across your chest or arms straight out. We're just doing 5 reps. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart. Find a focal point to keep your eyes on above your eye level so that you will not bend over as we stand. So we're just going to do 5 of these. So 1, and with a lot of control, sit down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now the next 10. We're going to do 10 of these. I really want to practice these. We're going to get up really fast and sit down nice and slow. So if you have to push yourself off a chair to get up fast, that's completely okay. Do the best you can and in a safe way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do a get up and go. I'm just going to put my chair back a little bit. If you don't, I'm going to put my weight right here. So what I'm going to do, you can't see my weight, can you? Now you can. What I'm going to do is get up really fast, walk around my weight, and sit back down. We're going to do that 5 times. What I want you to be cognizant is that when we do this, that you also, I just went rightwards around the weight, that you also do it left, that you try both directions. We don't want to get locked into moving in one direction. So just 5 times. So getting up fast and walking around and sitting. And 2, and 3, four, and our last one, 5. So for many reasons, we're doing this. Just, you've seen the folks who have a hard time getting off the chair or off a sofa. It may be easy off a chair that's hard, but when they're sitting in a sofa that's a little bit lower and it's the cushions are not hard enough, or they have a lot of issues getting up and down, or knee issues or hip issues. There's a lot of this going on. And also sometimes when they stand, there's a lot of stumbling going on. So we're trying to work through all of those. And being used to velocity and getting up fast and moving is a great way to practice all of that. So we're going to move on. We're going to do, I'm going to do chest press today with my super long TheraBand. And I'm going to just change how I have it. I usually just have it behind my back like this. I'm going to put it over my arms, make it a little bit harder. If you don't have a TheraBand, you could do push-ups on the wall. We've done those a million times. Just make sure you're in a nice plank position and your arms are by your shoulders and your chest. I'm going to do 15 reps today. So you don't need to see my feet. I'm going to get close to you. So my knees are soft. I'm standing up nice and tall, and I'm going to push forward and bring my elbow back. So nice tall position, belly button pulled in, push forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we're going to do wall sits with this. We're going to do 30 seconds. So this is a great isometric exercise. Make sure your feet are out farther than your knees. If your feet are back here, you're going to put pressure on your knees. So you go as low as it's comfortable. Pull your belly button in, lean against your back against the wall and your head against the wall. I want you to count out loud with me. You don't have to do the full 30 seconds, but please count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So stand up. And just to remind you, I'm asking you to count out loud with me so you don't hold your breath. I don't want you to hold your breath, which is a tendency when you're in an isometric hold and you're in a plank or any other isometric exercise. The tendency is to hold your breath, and I don't want you to do that. So that's why you're counting with me. So let's do our last set of chest press. So knees slightly bent, head up, push forward, and bring your elbows back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we're going to do our last set of wall sits. So get in position. Make sure your knees are out, belly button pulled in. You should have a little bit of a hip tilt forward, lean in against the wall, head and back. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and we're done. Slide up. I feel my abs tighten up, I feel my glutes tighten up, and I feel my abs tightening up. So if you don't feel all of those, send me a note and we'll work on that next week. So we're moving on. You know, I'm kind of just doing what we did yesterday in class. I made a lot of changes. It's the dog days of summer and I decided, let's do some different stuff. So I did bent over rows using the TheraBand. This one keeps getting stuck on itself. Could be because it's been in my bag, my backpack for a while, but it's long enough for what we're going to do today. So we're doing bent over rows. If your TheraBand is not long enough, you could do it on one foot, or you could use your dumbbells to do bent over rows. So in this position, you're still bent at the knee, bent at the hip, your belly button's pulled in, your head is in line with your spine. And to help with that, just look ahead a little bit on a diagonal. And you're still growing up. Your elbows are close to your body. We're going to do 15. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And with that, we're going to do a pendulum for our quads, our glutes, and our hamstrings. So we've done this a lot in the past. We haven't done it recently. Just a quick review. So your leg is out, your foot is really flexed. It should not be just hanging out like that. Really flex so you get the contraction. I'm going to pull my knee brace down because I'm kind of working on my quads and my glutes. So I'm going to bring my leg up. You notice that my torso is still nice and straight. I'm not swinging back and forth. And just bring my leg back and contract my glutes. We're going to do 10 per side. So 1, nice and slow, not swinging your leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And just switch to the other side. Stand up tall, hold on lightly for stability. Foot flexed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going right back into our bent over rows. And standing up nice and tall. Lean forward at your hip and knee, belly button pulled in, head on a diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So let's do our last set of pendulums. And these pendulums are nice and slow. Your upper body is still, your foot is flexed. 1, bring your heels straight back, contract your glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And on the last set, then I get a check-in with you guys. Stand up tall. 1, contract your glutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's get some water. I have a frog in my throat, and I can see how you guys are doing. How's everyone? Send me a note. I hope you guys are all okay. Let's see who is here. Julian. Hi, Julian. Julian came to my in-person class yesterday and last week. So I would love to see some of you guys in person. Hi, Thea and Nora and Eva. So we're going to move on, as Julian got to see a lot of this yesterday. But if you do some of my exercises can be done if you send me those. My class is at the Dodge YMCA on Atlantic Avenue at Court Street every Wednesday at noon. For the past couple of weeks, I've been subbing an 11 o'clock class, but every Wednesday at noon on the Dodge YMCA. So I did this yesterday, as Julia can attest to. It was similar. We're doing bicep curls and overhead press. So what we're going to do is bicep curls, turn forward, and overhead press. So we're working our biceps and our shoulder at the same time, but we're going to do a march with it. So it's a lot. It's similar to the march we do alternating. Right now, we're not alternating. You're just going to march. It's a lot more cognitive work. So I think it's a good thing for us to do. We're doing both arms at the same time. So I figured out the slower we go, the easier it is to do. So we're going to go nice and slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You know, when I get started, I have to really think about that one. Um, so we're going to do calf raises and heel rocks, 10 reps. So holding on lightly, rolling up on your toes, and rocking back on your heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then our last set of bicep curls and overhead press with a march. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to do a lot more marching later on. So instead of doing side leg lift, we're going to do our medial glute and our smaller glute muscles a little bit different today. You have a TheraBand. You're going to tie it around your leg just above your knee. So what I did in class yesterday, we did 10 reps side to side in one direction and 10. So we did a total of 20, which we're going to do today. If you have room in your house, this is what I want you to do is 1, 2, so you're in a little crouch, and you're going to do 10 in one direction. And I want you to look at your feet to make sure that your feet are even the whole time. You know, that you're not stepping one foot in front. Since I'll disappear, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start off a little bit slower. I'm going to go to one side, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to count to 20. So you could do it like I'm doing, but this is a different way to work our lateral side and our smaller glute muscles. So you're in a little crouch, not a full squat, just a little bit of a crouch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do this the other way now. 1, 2, I'm disappearing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And depending on how tightly you tie this around your leg, you should feel a lot of fatigue in your glutes. Mine is not that tight. When I do this, I have loop bands that are very tight, and you really feel it. So if you want to feel it a little bit more, you can just tighten up that band. So we're going to do tricep kickbacks, knees bent, bent over. You're in a bent over row position, arms up at your side, your elbows are close to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to tie this one a little bit tighter and make it work a little bit harder for me. So, all right, start here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to do this last set forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to keep it on for my last set of triceps. So bend at the knee, at the hip, belly button pulled in, neutral spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm just going to put my weights down and take this off. And we're going to do some walks. We're going to do some tandem walks. I'm going to move this out of the way. I just want to see how much room I have here. So we're just going to do 5 forward and 5 back. I think I have enough camera for 5 forward and 5 back. So good, tall tandem walks, heel toe. Give yourself a little room if they're hard for you, close to a wall or a counter so you can hold on. Head up, you're not looking down at your feet. And we're going to do 5 forward and 5 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this time we're going to do it with a knee lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to add a little thing. So remember I talked about when you get up and you stumble a little bit. Another way to help with that is, I'll show you and then explain. So we're going to do a couple of steps and stop. And in class yesterday, when we did this stop and then we started up again, some people stumble in that little pause. So we're practicing how to keep our posture up without and get rid of that stumble. So we're just going to do a couple steps and stop. And hopefully, if you feel a stumble, that's okay. We're going to work through this over the next few weeks and keep walking and gather your posture together. Let's do 2 more. See, I just stumbled a little bit there when I started. I'm going to turn around and go and do it this way. We're not going to do this one backwards, at least not yet. So a couple of steps, stand still, try to maintain your equilibrium, your balance, and a couple of steps, stop. Let's just do 1 step. Let's do 2. Let's do 1. Let's do that one more time. And stand still to start, and a couple of steps. 1, do a couple. And I feel it sometimes, and the more you do this, the better that becomes. So we're going to do a standing wood chopper. So my feet are staggered. I'm going to start on my right side, which is my right leg is in front. We're going to do 10 per side. You're keeping your core engaged, and you're just going to bring the ball around to the other hip. You could use your weight or whatever you have, or just your hands together. So follow the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, losing my phone, 9, and 10. And switch legs. Start over the other shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to do a brand new exercise. Julian did this yesterday. It's one of my favorite core exercises, the anti-rotation exercise. And I finally figured out how to do it without using, and it's usually done, you're holding onto a cable that's attached to weights, and you're working against that resistance as you push forward. So what we're going to do, hopefully you have a long enough TheraBand. You're going to step on it, either both feet or one feet. You're going to be in a little crouch, knees bent, hip slightly bent at the hip, and you're going to pull the band all the way up to about chest or shoulder height. And you're going to keep your core really tight. Pull that belly button and hold on to it. Don't hold your breath. We're just going to push forward and back, okay? Let's do a couple of sets of these. So stand up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3. Keep your core engaged. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the resistance usually comes from the side. This time it's coming from below. It's called a Pallof, P-A-L-L-O-F press, and it's an anti-rotation exercise, which is good in combination with some of the rotation exercises we do. For instance, if you are walking down the street and you get hit, you need to be able to withstand that hit, either rotating and also doing the anti-rotation exercise that you can maintain your stability. There's a lot more explanation than that, but it's a wonderful exercise. And let's do one more set. So stand up nice and tall, your core is engaged. There should be a lot of pressure on here, but enough that you can straighten your arms but loose enough that you can straighten your arms all the way. So stand up nice and tall, push forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I would like some feedback of this. I want you guys to feel confident doing this, and we'll work over time. So send me a little note and get some water. I'll check in at the end. So I said I was going to do some more marching. We're going to do a standing dead bug. So your arms are going to be out, and it's going to be opposite hand and knee. So normally in my class, when we do this, I want you to control that there's no noise. So it's a nice, soft, so you barely hear it, okay? 20 reps. I'm going to start with my right arm and my left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So we're going to do one more march. And this is called a farmer's carry. It's a good core overall exercise. You're going to hold your weights. And one of the advantages of this, as we age, we lose grip strength. So holding onto your weight helps to build strength in your hands. So I know some people have osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis. So do the best you can. We're just going to do, I'm going to do it this way so I can look at the clock. We're going to do it for 20 seconds. And what I want you to think of is that you're in a plank. You're marching in a plank. So you're keeping your shoulders down. You're keeping your belly button pulled in. We're going nice and slow. So we're going to start now. And make sure you're breathing. Maybe we'll do 30 seconds. So we have 15 seconds left. We're just marching nice and slow. You shouldn't hear anything on the floor. And you should be getting a little bit fatigued. And we're done. So I'm trying to bring other ways to do core work that is meaningful to how we live our life, walking around, carrying groceries, making sure that we're using our full body to carry groceries. So let's see, we're going to do another tandem stance, turning our head side to side, 5 count. So you want to have a focal point on your left and on your right, close to something that you can hold on to. These are hard, good posture. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, that felt good today. Let's see when I switch my feet how good that, if that stays the same. So let's start, stand up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that wasn't too bad today. So we're going to do a single leg stance. Remember, you do a kickstand up and down or just a kickstand on the floor. And just let's add a little bit more, something more dynamic to it. We're just using my ball. You can use your weight, the sofa cushion, or nothing. We're just going to, I'm going to start on my left leg. Push it out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember focal point. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's switch to the other side. Knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I can't look at myself because I'm using a ring light and then I get halos. So let's sit and do our stretch. And sitting up nice and tall. So remember, when we're doing this, we're not losing all of that core work. You know, this is something that I want to take with you as you walk out and do all your stuff during the day. When you're using the computer, that you're sitting up nice and tall. When you're carrying your groceries, you're nice and tall and using your full body to carry everything. So one leg out, your foot is flexed, lean forward, If you can reach your toe, pull it towards your face for a deeper calf stretch in addition to your hamstring stretch. And I'm just holding these for a few deep breaths, so you can do the same. It's a great way to end a workout. Stretch it and breathe in deeply. And switch to the other side. And sit up. Let's stretch our hips. Just sitting up tall. Pull on the outside of your knee. And let's switch to a figure four stretch. Leaning forward as you push gently on the inside of your knee. And switch to the other leg. Stretch our hips first. And switch to figure four. And I'm going to do this one sideways so you can see that I'm not arching my back. Your legs are nice and wide and you're leaning forward, still in that neutral spine. Don't round your back like this. Keep it nice and straight. If your hands don't reach the ground, that's okay. Feel a nice stretch in your lower back, nice and gentle. And you're still keeping your belly button pulled in. So move over to one side, still with that neutral spine. The stretch is in the side of your lower back. You're stretching a muscle called the quadratus lumborum. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, it's usually called a QL. If that's tight, you'll feel discomfort in your lower back and in your glutes. And move over to the other side. And let's stand up and stretch our hip flexors. So nice long stride. Your upper body is upright. What I want you to do, tilt your hip up so that back leg, in front of that hip, you're going to feel a gentle stretch down into your quads. And switch to the other side. Tilt your hip up. And let's do my favorite stretch. So hands on the seat of the chair. Your hips are under, your feet are under your hips. Just push your hips away from your hand for posterior stretch. Notice my back is still neutral. I'm not rounding it. And the more you push away, the deeper you'll feel it more in your glutes and your hamstrings, your arms, your back, your upper back. And just gently roll up, arms out to the side, bring them behind you. And in this position, move your head gently left to right. And do some arm circles. And switch direction. Switch direction. Shoulder rolls. And thank you guys so much for coming today. Let's see who else. A few other people joined. And I had a wonderful time. I love seeing you. I can't see you. I love seeing your names online now, I should say. Thank you, Nora. And I will see you next week. Enjoy the week and take care. Thank you, Judy. Thank you.